That countdown music's weird. Like it speeds up, it slows down. I'm very confused by it.
It really is.
So
Hey,
I need to find a different countdown. Hey, everybody. Three Pagans on Tap. It is episode number 10.
Episode number 10.
Yeah.
At the double digits.
Mm-hmm.
Which is crazy to me that we've now done 10 of these.
Which is about
And we're
what,
still
5 or 6
alive?
months now. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Yep. All right, Sarenth. You got the prayer.
All right, so I'll be drinking Stolichnaya because while we're talking about the pre-broadcast, probably the one drink we think that most represents Scothy is vodka. So here's to her. Woof. Damn. Rating the Stolichnaya, it's probably about a 3-point. Probably better mixed.
Spit.
Hail, holy huntress, wise tracker, skier goddess, powerful one, you who shows us how to survive in the harshest of climes, you who teaches the hunter their craft, you who teaches the tracker their craft, you who teaches the survivor their craft, you who shows us our mettle. You who showed our ancient ancestors how to survive in the snow and the ice. You who hails from Thrymheim. You who single-handedly brought the Aesir to your Were Guild and made yourself part of their society. Implacable lady, boundless lady, you who knows your own worth, you who stands in your own presence, you who holds your own. You who is not to be crossed, boundless one, powerful one, holy one. Thank you for your blessings upon us all. Thank you for helping us to understand, appreciate, and enjoy our winters, whether that's physically or our minds and hearts. Thank you, Holy Lady, Winter Lady. You who knows the paths, you knows the hidden ways, you who knows the ways of animals and plants, the hidden things beneath the snow. To track and to trap, to fetter, to bind, to slay, to kill, to slaughter, you who knows every inch of every muscle, you who knows every way. Thank you for showing us your ways. Thank you for blessing us with your presence. O holy Jotun, Scothy, Vestuhile.
So already Finn said, fuck, I waved like you could see me. Yeah, next time Finn will be on it. I decided that in order to prepare myself for being surrounded by 3 Odinsons, this time I would just be surrounded by 3 heathens. I invited Ode to be a part of it.
There you go.
So it's a gradual process of acclimatization.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep. So this is the episode of We Drink What We Like.
Yeah, literally.
So
Yep.
I like stout beers. So I got 6 of them. And Ode, because they're my kid, also likes stout beers.
I do like a good stout.
So I guess we should probably go first since we have 6.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to start with Odd Side Ales Mayan Mocha Stout, which is stout with cinnamon, nutmeg, and habanero peppers.
Which I feel like I've had before.
Be careful pouring it in our fancy as fuck glasses,
Mm-hmm.
because we went fancy as fuck because we are, or we don't have any clean glasses in the house.
Because the cocktail glasses got the least use, so they were clean.
So it has a nice head on it.
Mm-hmm.
Has a nice kick. Very spicy. Not to the point of being absurdly spicy, although Sarenth probably wouldn't like it. because Sarenth isn't a big fan of spicy
No peppers.
things,
No
but
peppers for Saren.
they're good. I mean, it's got a nice kick to it.
I just don't like to drink peppers.
Stout. I like a thicker stout
Yeah,
as a rule. This one's a little watery. It's a little thin. But the spice from the cinnamon is good.
That's an amazing contradiction in terms of thin stout.
right.
What can I tell you?
Yeah.
Like I've had a much thicker stouts than this. This isn't bad, and the spice brings it out. But if it didn't have that spice to it, it would be a really watery, kind of a bland stout. So
I gotta
it's
tell you,
really relying on the spice there.
Without the spice in it, it'd be about a 2.
Yeah, it's not. It's the spice is what elevates this. This is not like a strong stout.
Yep, but
the spice is good.
Yep, and it's an odd side, so like I'm not a huge
percent on this.
fan of odd side ales, but this is the favorite I have of theirs.
Yeah,
I guess.
this is a 6%.
Yeah,
Inspired by Mexican hot chocolate, and you can tell it's got that kind of a spice to it.
yep.
It doesn't actually have like a peppery spice. It's got sort of a cinnamony Mexican hot chocolate, kind of a mild heat.
Yep.
Gotcha.
And gosh, man, apparently everybody's commenting today. But it doesn't look like it's anything other than,
Nice hat.
nice hat.
I've been needing a hat for a while, and my folks got me one for Christmas. So
And then T-Mation said hot peppers make me want to eat more. I'm not sure I want that in my alcohol.
well,
Ooh, y'all been called out.
Uh-huh.
Stouts are not lame if they're done correctly.
There are a lot of bad stouts out there, and I think that's why people have a bad impression of stouts. People think everyone thinks they can make a stout. Not everyone can make a good stout.
Yep.
yeah.
All right. So
A dark beer is not a stout.
You got to put Shan's up on the board right quick. Oh my God, that's amazing.
which one? This one?
You don't want to that's
Yeah.
what kind of beer
You're not wrong.
I mean, and it's funny because Shan's sitting in the room with me, so it's fine.
Is that Pikachu in a suit?
Yes, it is.
Not talking about what's behind you, Malik.
Oh, just me? Even better.
Oh my goodness.
I mean,
Say Pika. Say
probably
Pika.
Can you say Pika?
Is that
Oh, I think this Maya Mocha Stout, I'll probably a 3.
What?
Out of 5.
Out of 5? Oh, I give it a 2.5.
So there you go. Oh, it's meaner than I am, but we all knew that.
We knew that from prior reviews.
Didn't have a bibliography with this beer.
This beer.
Cite your sources, goddammit.
Yeah, where'd you get these ingredients?
Doesn't say. So the other thing we do, Ode, pay attention, is that we tell what god it reminds us of. Yeah, see?
That's because Malik's an asshole.
What do you want from me?
Grog.
Did you all get that?
I did
Right.
not.
Groggy.
Okay. Froggy. Yeah.
It's not
That's
strong
awesome.
and heavy enough to be like a Loki or an Odin.
Hmm.
It's light. It's drinkable. I don't rate it highly, but it's a very drinkable kind of beer.
Yeah.
It's something you could drink the whole can of
Yeah, and be fine.
and be fine because
Yep.
it's only 6% and
Yeah.
it's kind of, it doesn't taste
It'll-
like you're drinking.
It'll loosen the tongue just a little bit and give you just a little bit of a kick, which Braggy got.
And it also won't make you feel like you're eating a loaf of bread,
Yeah, no, it's
which
not
a
one
lot
of
of
those.
stouts do. You drink it and you're like, okay, now I'm full.
Yeah, like I said, this is a light stout.
So for me, I would say, wow.
Who you got in the Irish?
You know what? I'm going off Irish though.
Oh.
So I'm going Artemis.
Mm.
So just feels like that kind of a thing.
There you go.
Higher than that, which is unusual for you. So
Right. Yeah, that's weird. So Shanwell said the Bourbon County stuff Malik got me is very tasty. Bourbon County is the reason why I didn't get Bourbon County Stout with this. A, I'm doing all Michigan stuff. But B, they're now owned by a major.
Yep.
And so,
What? Really?
yep.
Yeah. They're
I did get a Perrin, which is also owned by a major, but but at least I kept it local. Yes, it is a martini glass. Don't give me shit, Amanda.
they were all that was clean, Amanda.
So,
We used all of our other regular alcohol drinking glasses.
These hoity-toity
They're not
motherfuckers.
washed yet because we don't have a dishwasher.
and Ashley said the whole bread thing is why they don't like them because it's usually
That's
There's a lot of calories. Yeah.
Yep.
that's fair.
All right, who's up next? We're going clockwise or counterclockwise?
I literally have my drink and I was about to drink, so I'll go next.
Okay.
So I did not bring any of the bottles downstairs with me, but this is Middleton Very Rare 2016, which is my favorite whiskey that I have ever had. I'm gonna need a minute.
Salad.
Just keep in mind this is going on YouTube, not OnlyFans.
I'll have to. Nope, I can't say that. Hold on.
Don't want to get demonetized now.
We have to get monetized first.
Right, yeah.
Oh, that's right. It's so hard to get monetized on YouTube now.
That is. To say that there is a depth of flavor to this whiskey is to make an astounding understatement. There are just levels and layers of flavor that just keep going the more you keep drinking and the more you look at it. There are layers of cream and honey and grains and light fruits like peaches. You taste the oak, you taste the char. There is effectively no burn. There is effectively no bite. I do not rate this whiskey because it is above a rating system.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to try it now. I've never had Middleton.
Throw Josie's coming up, please.
So Amanda says this is a visual medium. Please just stare at me for a while. Finn said, say it, you pansy. And then Josie has a reminder that Kai said, be careful what happens in their chair.
Yeah, fine.
Clean up any mess you make.
I will.
And then Team Asian said earlier, that'll need to be the theme in a future show, weird drinking glasses. Horns.
Yeah.
All right, the God.
Yeah. Who does this remind me of? Shit. This is Odin in his All-Father face. I think. Yeah.
The fun part's going to be to go back and see what you said the last time you had Middleton.
Oh, when I had the red breast? Yeah. 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 This is Odin in his All-Father phase. All right, Sarence, you go. I mean, you know, fine.
This is the problem with letting your friends know about your live streams.
Especially when they're sitting in the same room as you.
Right?
Yeah.
So, in my little fancy horn mug. Oh shit!
As you're breaking shit.
That was my. Uh-oh, where'd it go? I haven't even drank that much, folks. That was my shot glass. Anyway, so I'm putting this in my horn mug. This is Reserve. This is Abyss Reserve 2016. And, oh boy. Oh, shit. I'm not putting all that in there. I'm not.
Yeah, so
I have to drive tonight.
They're doing a writ tonight, so they're trying to be good.
Mm-hmm.
Trying.
So I'm trying. I sealed this with the insides. So what they tell you to do when you have a new horn, to kind of take that horn smell away, you're supposed to put mead or wine or beer in this. So I used Dirty Bastard and sat it in there for 24 hours because I really like the taste of Dirty Bastard.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go. I'm going to try this Abyss. It's the 2016. It's similar to the one I had previous, except for they aged them in different barrels. This one is Imperial Stout brewed with blackstrap molasses and licorice, dry spiced with cherry bark and vanilla bean, 21% aged in oak bourbon barrels, 21% aged in oak wine barrels, and then 8% aged in new Oregon oak barrels. So they transferred them between a bunch of different barrels, and then
that's only 50%. Is the other 50% not aged?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I would assume so. So it's like they bebopped half of this through a bunch of oak barrels.
Right.
Oh, that's a good smell too. The head on this is really cool. Actually, let me.
Oh, yeah.
That's too dark.
Can't see it.
Can't say it too dark.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh,
Pretty good head.
I haven't had hardly anything to drink. I'm already drunk just watching Saren's camera.
So here we go. Oh my God. That is really, really good. I know we had this last time. We had Abyss on the last time. We talked about how, especially their reserves and stuff like that, were limited release. And I am very lucky in that my local liquor guy has a ton of this on the shelf. So it's part of why I picked it up this time around. That is really good. I think this is 3.75, maybe a 4 point. That's
right.
Really, really, really good. It's not like a thick and chunky stout. It's also not watered. It's in that really good in-between zone where you know you're drinking a stout. It's definitely there. It's got a good body. It's not kicking you in the mouth. It's just, hey, I'm here, and here's all this taste. I hate licorice, and I really dig this.
I hate licorice as well.
Mm-hmm.
Or as I would say, mood.
Yeah.
Trying to catch up on the younger lingo.
On the lingo. I'm 30. I don't think I count anymore as the youth.
No, you're youth to me.
I mean, that's fair.
Who does it remind me of?
That's the question.
While
you're thinking, Amanda said for party fouls like knocking your shot glass on the ground, Amanda has issued sippy cups.
This reminds me. It just depends. My mind is kind of going in two different directions. It could be Mimir or it could be Andvari.
I see that.
Yeah, I think if it's Mimir, it's Mimir. It's the kind of drink you sit down and you have a chat with him. It's not the kind where you're like, "Hi, here's my eye. I'd like to get some wisdom." This is a sitting down and talking with Mimir kind of drink.
Pretty well, Mimir.
Maybe, but also after, in that kind of like I'm visiting, but I'm not here to work kind of way.
That makes sense.
That's a good point that Finn just made. Can you throw that up?
Yep, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
See, I didn't think about it that way, but that makes sense.
Yeah. A lot of flavors just change during fermentation. That's the thing that happens.
Right. And sometimes it's just overpowering.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, y'all. I think you two are up next.
Yep. So we're doing Perrin Brewing Company's Malted Milk Ball Stout, which isn't a bomber. It's an Imperial Porter, but it has been aged in oak bourbon barrels.
Also, don't worry, folks. It's Zevia.
Just so Malik, you can speak to this as well. Difference between porters and stouts.
Fucking what you happen to slap on the bottle, like.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Really?
Yeah, there's really not any difference between them.
Not in modern times. Like they've got slightly different histories and how they evolved, but like in the modern era, there is effectively no style difference between a porter and a stout.
Yep.
Certain judging competitions might differentiate, but that is specific to that competition, not
Absolutely no head on this.
No, yeah, none at all. No head.
really.
It's a headless beer.
That's not great, but okay.
And I just
Cool
opened
Doulahan beer.
Huh?
I said cool Doulahan beer.
Doesn't taste anything like a malted milk ball.
No.
Um,
It's another light one.
Yep. It's okay.
It's kind of fizzy.
There's nothing. Yeah, which is weird since there's no head.
Yeah.
It's like it's overcarbonated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that might actually be why.
It really fizzes on the tongue, like in a really distinct way.
It's kind of a meh beer, to quote Sarah.
It's not bad. It's 12%.
Yeah.
I'd say it's a little stronger than the Maya Moken.
You know, by 6%.
No, not in terms of percentage.
Oh.
I mean, in terms of
Flavor.
It's got more flavor than that. Less bite, obviously, because it's not a spiced one.
It's a porter stout. It's okay.
Yeah, I give that a very middle of the road 3.
Yeah. And I'm actually going to go like a 2.
Wow.
You know, the thing that kind of amped up the Mayan for me was like having the spices and stuff in it. It's just a very middle of the road stout. Yeah.
I think it will get you drunk faster than you think it will because it's 12% and it does not taste like a 12% beer.
Yeah.
That'll do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's see here.
Check the Discord and see the bottle bomb.
Team Asian said, I'm glad that you did say porters and stouts are the same thing. I just tried a porter and was thinking that it was a stout. It's very true.
Yeah, Josie, pretty much.
Josie said, so basically chocolate soda. Yeah.
Pretty much. It does. I mean, it has a chocolatey taste. Not a very strong chocolatey taste. I've had much stronger chocolate flavors.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just okay. Ashley. See, lame.
I can't exactly describe it as bland, but by comparison to my expectation, it's pretty bland.
Sorry, Emily just got here, so I have to get this on. Wow, did not expect Malik in the hat. So for Emily, say Pika.
Just to be consistent.
Yep. Let's see. You gave your rating, right?
Yeah.
So who does it remind you of?
No one. It doesn't deserve a god.
It's kind of how I feel. Like this one just doesn't deserve it. Like there's none of my gods are.
There's just nothing in it. There's just nothing. There's just nothing to grab onto.
Yeah.
Skinninga got beer. There you go.
Yep.
Fair.
All right, Malik, you're up.
All right. So also in a weird glass, my second beer for the night is hashtag Dragons Are Real by Bee Nectar, which Sarah hates. So, you know.
It's fucking gross. Sorry.
But dragons are real.
This is also one of my favorite beers. Or meads, I guess.
See?
Don't confuse people with saying mead is beer.
Yeah, it's not. So it's actually a really fun mead because Bee Nectar does a mead called Cherry Chipotle, which is cherries and chipotle.
Really?
Surprising everyone. For Dragons Are Real, they add cocoa nibs, I think vanilla, and they age it in dragon's milk barrels, and it's really good. It's really neat because you can taste each individual thing, but they also blend well. So it's not like it's just a punch of one particular flavor. You get the cocoa, you get the cherry, you get the peppers, you get the barrel, you kind of get all of it while it also is blending together. So it's pretty nice. I'd give this one a solid 4.5 out of 5.
Nice. I think the nice thing about barrel aging things in barrels that have already had something else in it is that it allows you to get it not overpowered by the oak.
Yeah.
So, and dragon's milk is delicious. So,
Yes, correct.
It is.
Yeah, I on purpose made sure I did not get any New Holland Bells or Founders in this group because everybody already knows who they are.
We already know they do what they do well.
Yep.
Yeah, no kidding. This is definitely a Loki beer. Between the layers and the spice, it's definitely a Loki beer.
You mean a Loki mead?
Mead, thank you.
Because Gemma said, "Oh, sounds delicious." Apart from the beer part, it's not beer.
It's not beer. I think Gemma meant because it's aged in dragon's milk barrels, which is a beer. But
Right.
yeah, I'd say this is especially because the actual heat from the peppers doesn't hit you at first. It sneaks up on you, which
I
is
didn't like it.
that's also legit. And that's a thing Loki does. So it isn't me.
That's right. That's right, folks. Loki will sneak up and hit you in the tongue. Maybe with his if you're lucky.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky. Don't be so lucky.
Yeah, that's my tongue.
YouTube, not OnlyFans.
Listen, that's relatively PG.
It is. It is relatively PG. Only people who read mythology know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It was
You're up, Sarah.
There you
Don't
go.
be a horse's ass.
only booze instead of only fans.
Nice. Okay, so this is what I had my shot glass for. This is my first time reviewing
Wait, is that
Jameson.
the shot glass you knocked on the ground earlier?
That's fine.
Okay.
So this is a triple distilled Irish whiskey. They've been around since 1780. It's an import. It's a whiskey. I'm gonna give it a shot.
It's Jameson, yeah.
Now, keep in mind, look at how beautiful that is. Nice
There we go.
full amber color. If you can see that behind the lettering, sorry. Oh, oof. It doesn't hit you at first,
But then it does.
but then it does. It's got that kind of, it's not really a heavy peat taste. It's just that it's a mellow. And then it's like, oh, hi, I'm here now. It's a little more punchy than some Irish whiskeys I've had, but it's not so smooth you can't tell what you're drinking. With some of the especially the Glenfiddich 21 years, it's almost so smooth you're like, what the fuck am I actually drinking? Jameson is definitely not that. It's and keep in mind I love Glenfiddich, but Jameson's a really good drinking whiskey. I could definitely see myself sitting down with a cigar or something with this. Probably 3.5, 3.25, 3.5. Who does it remind me of? Kind of reminds me of Frere.
I see that.
In the Mound kind of Frere.
Mm-hmm.
Or like just before he's about to go down. This is like an older Frere or a Frere who's like, yep, it's time. He's given up the sword. He's
Retirement Frere.
Yeah, this is retirement Frere.
Prayer,
Yeah.
I'll sit down with a whiskey and a glass of this.
This is good stuff.
A cigar and a glass of this.
Suggestion for you for future cigar smoking time
Mm-hmm.
is soak your cigar in the Jameson and then give it a day or two to dry out and then smoke it while you're drinking a Jameson. It's fucking amazing. So
I went to a cigar bar for a while.
for a long time.
He learned all the tricks.
So what I'm hearing is we should do this.
Yeah, as soon as we're COVID safe, yeah, we can do this. In the offices or something.
Mhm.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
So, all right. So we probably ought to do 2 because I still have 4 products left.
Oh, shit.
We probably
Yeah.
should do too, yeah.
So this is from Greenbush Brewing. This is Cabra Perdida.
Perdida.
That's why I have Ode here today.
Hmm.
It is a bourbon barrel aged imperial cream stout brewed with blueberries.
Mm.
That sounds like a lot.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
And I'm going to pour less of this than others because we're going to do 2 in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Just smells like a stout. There's no you can't smell the blueberry in it for sure.
It sounded like a really pretty pour, though.
Yeah.
Another one with not a lot of head on it.
Yeah.
There was a little bit, but it pretty much immediately dissipated.
Wow.
I can smell a little bit of blueberry.
It's a very interesting taste. I don't like it, but it's an interesting taste.
I don't like it, but it's interesting.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
don't like blueberries.
well, but I like blueberry mead.
That's true.
So,
This honestly does, if you've ever had like a blueberry chocolate kind of a concoction, if you've ever had like a dark chocolate with dried blueberries in it or blueberry pieces, this is very similar to that. Again, kind of a light.
yeah, it's kind of
Stout.
meh. It's another meh for me. Emily just did say that their roommate soaked hers in Jameson cold brew and then smoked it and said it was delicious. So,
I can see that, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I'm
More of an alcohol-y flavor.
1.5. I'm just not impressed. And I drink stouts all the time.
Yeah.
But I on purpose got stuff I wasn't super familiar with, except for 3 of them I've really liked in the past. So 3 of the 6. But,
Yeah, this is another one that's just kind of unremarkable, and sort of the only thing about it that's standing out is the blueberry, which it is a relatively strong blueberry. I'll give it that. Here, drink the rest of this for me.
I don't. Okay. Jeez.
Listen, I don't have any to pour it out.
Open trash can.
There's no trash cans up here.
What's this? Ooh.
So this is Ellison Brewing's Tiramisu Stout. I'm a huge tiramisu fan.
Oh, I was going to say you'd have to be because that's so gross to me.
And then, even in our anniversary episode, I had to pick my 3 favorite recipes I've given, and one of them, excuse me, was Mary Berry's tiramisu stout or cake.
Mm-hmm.
So,
This one did have a little bit of head again.
yep.
That's good. Not as overcarbed.
Lighter, still not super heavy. All of these have been not
On the light side.
super heavy
This
stouts.
one's a little heavier than some of the other stuff we've had tonight, but yeah, still very much a thin stout, I'd say. I
It
want to
d-
taste the...
I got the coffee. I don't really have the cream or the cinnamon.
I'm not even getting the coffee.
I don't know. It's fine. All these Michigan brewers are going to hate me.
This is 7%.
Honestly, though, especially with stouts, you find a lot of people doing like fancy shit without having like nailed the original recipe down. Like, you
Yeah.
can't-
I'm going to give
Not-
the Cabra Perdita probably a 2.5 again, same as the Mayan Mocha, where it's just an unremarkable stout, and the blueberry is giving it that extra 0.5% of a point. The tiramisu 7%. I wouldn't drink enough of it to get drunk at 7% because it's not good enough to drink. I'd give it a 1. And I'm going to give you the rest of it.
Jesus.
At least you can taste the coffee.
So the first one, the Cabra,
Mm-hmm.
Perdita,
Mm-hmm.
probably a 2.
Yeah.
The Ellison, 0.5. I mean, it's just not.
It's just
not good. Yeah, I mean,
Fair.
now admit stouts are my thing. I mean, that I love stouts, so it has to be good for me to like rate it high because.
And to be fair, I like a heavy stout. Like I like a really bready.
So you would like this then?
I like to drink a bakery.
Yes.
Yeah.
But even with how light these are, like I can appreciate the drinkability of a light stout.
Mm-hmm.
But like this tiramisu shit isn't even really drinkable.
Yeah.
At 7%, I'd have to drink so much of it to get drunk, it would not be worth my time.
Or money?
So much better shit.
I'm not being vicious. I'm being honest.
Yeah. And that's it's important.
I'm not going to attach a god to it because it has to be decent. I think I don't have any gods that are assholes, and I kind of feel like those beers are assholes.
I do, but they're also way more remarkable than this.
Right.
Right. That's legit. Loki will come up and punch you in the tongue sometimes, whatever.
With his tongue, apparently.
Oh my God.
Yeah, sure, with his tongue.
And the big iron on his hip.
Yeah.
Thanks, I need to cleanse.
Yep.
All right, Malik, you're up.
All right. My last drink of the night is the last bottle of my homebrew that I made a while ago with Mother Multiverse. So not commercially available, but it's important for the ritual I'm doing tonight. So cheers to that. It's based off of Joe's Ancient Orange and Spice Mead recipe, which you can find online. Literally just Google Joe's Ancient Orange. You'll find the recipe. I just played around with it and got what I wanted.
And did you get what you wanted?
Yes. It's not the best version of this that I've made. It's the second best, probably. I would call this edition probably a 4 out of 5. So, yeah. And when I drank this last time, I said that this reminded me of Cuvee, and I think that still holds true.
So Jason Davis asked, are stouts supposed to be cold or room temperature? Depends on who you are.
Yeah. A cold stout will have less of a strong taste. So if you don't like the taste of stouts, it's going to be cold.
Right. Yeah. And I would say, I wouldn't say necessarily room temperature. The big thing is Guinness is served at cellar temp, which is about 55 to 60 degrees. Yeah, so gently chilly. And we actually did that with these. I actually went and got them and about an hour and a half before the show and put them in long enough to get chilled a little bit and then took them out.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say is cellar temp is about what I would recommend for most stouts.
Yep.
Most stouts.
Amanda said the review for the side of the battle should be there's better shit.
I mean, yeah.
Generico's got a bland flavors. Shall claim these bad boozes.
Hey, we made up a god. Why can't somebody else?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, man.
Hail Genericos.
Hail Genericos. All right. Sheriff.
All right. So for my last one, this is Maniacal Mead Company's rap battle. It's honey wine with apple, blackcurrant, blueberry, black raspberry, and cherry.
That's busy.
That is a lot.
It is, and I'm really intrigued.
The the thing about Maniacal is, even if they have a lot in it, they do a really good job of like matching flavors together. They're an impressive meadery. And
this is a really dark reddish color. I wish I could bring you over here, but this thing's so opaque it wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
It's a really nice dark wine. It has 14% ABV. It's a 500 milliliter bottle. I plan on reusing these for my own purposes because these bottles are freaking awesome. All right, here we go. Oh my God. Damn, that is good.
There we go.
They are really good at what they do.
I love that these folks live where I live. Damn.
So Maniacal does ship, so anybody can go to their website, and they ship to like 38 different states.
Never had Maniacal.
They're in Ipsy.
They're really, really, really good.
They're literally right down the street from the kombucha place.
Oh. Well, shit, when COVID's done, we ought to go.
Yeah, yep. So they're on the same street as...
We go to the kombucha place, and then we can go there.
Yep.
Actually, when COVID's done, we should see if we can have an episode there or something.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know the lady at the kombucha place will totally let us do it there. So
beautiful.
We make kombucha beer as well.
That is the perfect blend of all those fruit flavors and the honey wine. It is the tartness is on. It's not too tart. It's not too sweet. It doesn't kick you in the mouth with its flavors, but it's like, hey, we're all here. We're here to party. This reminds me of A-Gear's party where the Locusena takes place, which is funny because I thought exactly that when I looked at the damn bottle.
Nice.
Yeah. I heard Rap Battle and I was like, this is going to be a Locusena. This is going to be a Locusena thing.
Is it one god? No, it's a gathering of them. And it definitely brings that vibe to the table of a flighting. So, yeah, it totally goes with that. Or, if you prefer, it's Thor and Harbarth. Harbarthur, when he's trying to cross the river and Odin is like, yeah, and I fucked your mom last night. Kind of a vibe to him.
That's also one of my favorite stories out of the sources, because I mean, yeah,
it's definitely got that clash of flavors that also blends really nice. But yeah, if I had to pick something, it would probably be the flighting, like the Locusena. It's like all those gods in one spot. Perfect taste. Excellent mead. 4.5.
Nice.
Very nice.
Full Pantheon mead.
All right. So this is from Latitude 42.
Okay.
It's Lucifer's Cuvee. It's a double chocolate stout. This is one of the ones I know I like. So it'll be interesting to see what Ode thinks. So needless to say, I filled it all the way up. But look at the head on that.
A generous portion of that.
Hey.
Yeah.
Good level of carbonation. There you go.
Yep,
Hey,
exactly.
it looks like an actual beer.
This is the first proper head we've had since the Mayan Mocha Stout.
Right.
This is YouTube, not OnlyFans.
Shut up.
That actually came earlier. You know, we're going to have to deal with Finn next week or in 2 weeks.
I know, this is practice.
Oh my God, it's so good.
See, now there's a stout with weight to it.
See?
That is a proper creamy stout.
Yeah. It's really, really good. It's super.
Now, it's not a full loaf
No.
of a stout, but it's thick and creamy and quality. Not super chocolatey,
No.
but
Which is funny because it's double chocolate.
I know.
But
there's such a thing as overdoing it on the chocolate.
true that.
If I feel like I'm drinking Hershey syrup straight out your bottle, there's a problem.
Yeah, you don't want the Hershey syrup taste in anything.
No.
Yeah.
You don't want
You
Hershey's
want-
syrup
you want
tasting
real chocolate.
Hershey's syrup.
Shoe polish.
I'm super picky on chocolate. Well, God, I'm
You're
really
picky
kind of
on everything.
yeah. There you go.
You're just picky.
I'm super picky about everything.
I've seen your brewery. You are picky.
What?
I said I've seen your brewery. You are picky.
But yeah, like it's and I think it's an 11.7%.
Not bad.
8.4.
So not a big load of carbs, but not a big
Yep.
vector for getting shit faced either.
No, but it is a very, very good beer. I would say this is a 4.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
same.
after
I give
all
this
of
a
the
4.
shit, um,
Do you think you can find gods for this one?
A genuinely
Crononos.
solid quality stout.
Crononos.
Crononos?
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh, it has way more gods to pull from.
See, I'm trying to fight my first impulse, which is that this is an Odin beer, and I should stop fighting it because it's just the truth.
I mean, yeah.
It's not a trickster Odin, right? But it's a kingly Odin.
That makes sense.
And you guys are done, right?
Yeah, I'm done.
All right. So I have another one.
Oh
Go
boy.
for
This
it.
is from Perrin Brewing Company. Or sorry, this is from Brewery Vivant, which is a Belgian brewing company. So normally all they do are Belgian beers. And this one is called Wizard's Burial Ground. You can't really tell.
No, you got too much light.
Yeah, but it's Wizard's Burial Ground, and it is a bourbon barrel-aged quadruple stout.
Which I wonder now that I've been thinking about it, I wonder if that's a stout brewed with a quad style yeast, or if it's they just threw quadruple the grains in or something.
Wait till you see it, because you look at it and you don't think stout.
No.
Oh
What the
no,
hell?
it's a people being dumb.
This is
This is a BBA quad.
yep.
Is it a bourbon barrel quad or is it a bourbon barrel quad stout?
No, it's a bourbon barrel quad.
Okay.
Yeah,
For those of us who don't know what the fuck you're talking about,
It's
Okay.
not,
So Belgian
it's not
beers.
truly a stout. It drinks like a stout, but
Gotcha.
it's not truly a stout. So
So I'm glad we got one
Yeah.
to be stout.
So Belgian beers come. There's a couple of styles of Belgian beers: the double, the triple, and the quad,
Yep.
which are basically just levels of intensity, effectively, and usually also alcohol content. With quad being the darkest, most intense flavor, and usually the highest alcohol content.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's 11.7.
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
pretty good for a beer in general.
So Vixen said, "I'll pick you up some Belgian chocolate next time coronavirus lets me visit the Netherlands again." I got to tell you, so we were in London,
I was not in London.
I don't know, 4 years ago, with Jackson, dropping him off for school in Manchester. And it was my first time truly having British chocolate or European chocolate. And it is so much better than what we have here. Like just, I have a hard time eating anything that says Hershey's on it now. There's just not great chocolate in the United States. And so I tend to get all of my chocolate sent to me, or Paul and Pat from
Yeah, from
Arts and Craft will sometimes bring me back stuff when they go to England.
Oh, gotcha.
Gemma says it's wearing a stout costume.
Yeah, Gemma says it's wearing a stout costume.
It really doesn't taste like a stout.
No,
Yeah,
but
because I mean,
what
it's
do you
not.
think of it?
It's a little fruity. It is heavy.
Yeah.
In a similar way to a stout. Not
Yep.
exactly like it's more it's like drinking, you know, the difference between drinking like apple juice and apple cider in the texture.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah, it's viscous.
Yeah.
I
Yeah. Or like the difference between drinking like an IPA or a mead.
Yeah.
You know, where you get a very,
yeah.
you know, like an ale that's really light and then the mead's a little bit thicker.
Yeah. It sits on the tongue differently.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tend to compare quads more to barley wines than stouts. But
It is a little barley winey. Yep.
And the can says to truly enjoy with blue cheese stuffed dates wrapped in bacon with a balsamic glaze. And I have to say, tasting it, it sounds like that would be a perfect accompaniment.
Yeah.
It's kind of got an earthy flavor.
It's probably from the yeast. Yeah.
Gemma says, listen, you want European chocolate? I'll hook you up.
Hell
I'll
yes.
send you our address, Gemma.
Yeah. No kidding.
Not even earthy, like a muddy, fruity flavor. I don't know how to describe this.
That sounds about right though for a quad like that.
And for a Belgian, yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's weird though, right?
It's a very strange combination of experiences.
Yeah.
So Belgians are made with yeast that is usually wild cultivated. So it's not a yeast you can like go out to the store and buy. I know for a fact Vivant does that. They actually cultivate their own yeast there. They are in what used to be a church and then was a funeral home and is now a brewery.
That's right. You're drinking dead people.
Yeast in it.
Yeah.
It's got ghost yeast.
But man, I'm not a huge fan of the majority of their beers because I'm not a huge Belgian fan. But Wizard's Burial Ground is, in my opinion, amazing. Amanda. Mushroom?
Betcher.
Oh, it kind of mushrooms.
Probably not a mushroom flavor, but
No, it's not a mushroom flavor, no.
Although it has kind of the richness, I guess, that you associate with mushrooms.
Yeah.
yeah. Belgian yeast are weird. Like they're honestly really hard to describe in my experience. Like just Belgian beers are like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do a couple of farmhouse ales at the brewery, and they're all done with different yeasts.
Yeah.
Like one's done in the Keweenaw Peninsula. One comes from being wildcrafted off of apple cider here in Kalamazoo. You know, they're just kind of all from all over. But this is my favorite beer from Vivant. It's a 5 in my opinion. I freaking love it. I think it's just different. Now I like barley wines, so that's part of it.
I don't think I've ever had anything quite like this.
Right.
But I would sip it all day.
Right.
Interesting.
This is a 5.
You don't usually hear about sipping beers.
I would it's not something I would drink fast, but I would just like have it on my desk and sip it all day.
I've even not, downed it, which I
usually
normally a beer's like gone. Yeah, I freaking love this beer. I think they did an amazing job with it.
Yeah.
It's not something they release often.
This is the 2020 release.
Yeah, this is the 2020 Brewer's Barrel Reserve. So this was a specialty version of it.
It's from the back.
And yeah, this actually came from Tiffany's here in Kalamazoo. And I walked up to a guy and said, "Hey, I'm doing a podcast tonight on blah, blah, blah." And he just was like, "All right, come back here." And so he took me back into the cooler and pulled this, not on the shelf, back in the cooler.
It's going to be hard for me to get a bunch of these to drink.
Yeah, I think he put a 4-pack on the shelf.
Okay.
In single cans.
Okay.
So you have to go back quickly. Yeah.
Soon.
Luckily, Tiffany's is like walking distance to us. So
real close.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it's really, really good. The other thing about Vivant I really like is that 1% of all of their sales go to local charities.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And they sell a shit ton. So 1% is a lot.
A bit.
But yeah, they're really, really good about like working with the community, doing other stuff up there. I helped start a thing up there called HQ, which was a homeless and runaway youth drop-in center.
Wow.
And Vivant actually sponsored us. So we got a month of their 1% while I was there. I only stayed for about a year.
Yeah.
I helped start it, and then I was like, all right, peace out. I'm on to my next thing. But
Which you often are.
right, yeah. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I like to start things and then move on. Except for the brewery.
Yeah.
I think I'm
brewery,
done.
You're sticking it.
Yep.
But no, this is extremely good.
Dogda for me. It's the top. What is that snicker?
Nothing.
YouTube, not OnlyFans.
I didn't say the Dogda. He's on top.
Speaking of OnlyFans, this is a Freya.
That's it.
This is Freya getting her Brisingamen, huh?
Uh-huh. Yeah, this is a... I can see Freya sipping this all day, but with more purpose than I am. It's also a color she's very much going to approve of. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
It's a beautiful color.
Yeah.
Almost a rose gold.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a Freya colored beer if ever there was one.
So
That's very nice. I'm gonna get some more of that.
I knew I wasn't going to get any more of this. That's why I poured a full fucking glass when we started that.
Yeah.
Smart man.
So when is the OnlyFans time to start?
Next episode, Finn, you're our first guest.
So
Your Speedo.
I'm in a beard group here called the Kalamazoo
Yeah.
Beard Crew, and we did a calendar.
You know,
Oh
like
my.
calendars.
Right. Yeah. So and so everybody in it is semi to dick in a box,
They're beard pinups.
and I'm the only one that's like, I'm wearing a hoodie, I'm wearing jeans. So yeah, I don't think there's OnlyFans is for me.
Hmm.
Yeah. I was there when Dick in a Box was the pictures were taken for it, but
Oh my.
yeah,
Happens.
it was slightly disturbing. It all happened at the brewery, so because the new home for the Kalamazoo Beer Crew is at Valhalla.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Thanks, Finn.
So just to bring it back to
Okay, but you can't explain because YouTube.
our Zoom meeting the other day, helicoptering.
So if
Yes.
you know what it means, you know what it means. If you don't know what it means, we can't explain.
Right?
Or if you're the 17-year-old daughter of somebody who was in our Zoom call,
Ask
you
a
now
trusted
know.
adult.
Right? Like,
Jeez. Tentacles.
Oh, you mean Tentacles.
Oh my goodness.
Oh shit.
What happens at the brewery stays at the brewery. Apparently not.
Nah, it gets printed on calendars and sold for profit.
right? Spread about on YouTube. Like,
Right. Yep. All right.
Yeah.
So that's it, right?
I think so.
How quickly do you all have to split?
Not.
Not super, super fast.
You have a writ coming up. That's
Yeah,
what we
yeah.
asked.
So you want to jump in the Discord for a little bit for everybody?
Yeah, it should be fun.
Okay. And then I'll hang out there as well. So if you're watching currently, jump into the Discord for Three Pagans on Tap. And you can hold on. Autumn. Hey, I got that reference.
Amanda is perfect. I love
I
it.
tried not to call you out, but whatever.
AirPods in.
Yes, Amanda. AirPods in. Always, if you're on our private Zoom, or not private, if you're in our open Zoom call that we do, you should probably wear AirPods if you have kids around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Uncle Fart's going to teach him shit.
Right?
All right. So, Sarah, where can people find you?
All right, you can find me at sarth.wordpress.com. You can also check me out on patreon.com/SARENTHODINSSON. If you want to support my work, you can also find this vlog on Patreon at Three Pagans on Tap. You can also find the podcast that I co-host around Grandfather Fire on there as well.
Do you co-host or do you try host?
Well, you know, We try hosting, but occasionally we co-host.
Malik?
Is Terrence done?
Yeah, he's done.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can find me at malik.home.blog, which is my WordPress. If I could speak, that would help. Which is going to be
We're great for the Rick tonight.
so that will be getting a revamp in January. Apparently, I'm also starting a Patreon in January. So
You're damn right you are.
You kind of have to.
That'll be coming.
I'm a coward until he does it. Sorry, I'm gonna call you a coward until you do it, Malik.
Thanks.
Motivation.
You can also find me on TikTok at Malik Odinson.
Oh, that's right. You and I were doing stuff. That's right.
Yeah. We've got at least 2 series that we're trying to get off the ground. I'm sure it's fine. Yeah, those are the places you can find me. Is the blog here and on TikTok.
There you go. You can find me at 3 Pagans and a Cat. So just Google it. The number 3 Pagans and a Cat, and you will find all the information about 3 Pagans and a Cat. Yep. Also, apparently, Vixen has asked that I plug the brewery. So you can find that at Norse, N-O-R-S-E, Nectar, Nectar.com, norsenectar.com. We do ship to 38 states. And if you live in the state of Michigan, we probably deliver to you by person. So if you order it, I may show up on your doorstep. Other than that, you can find us, the brewery stuff, most places. We're on Patreon for 3 Pagans and a Cat. We're on Patreon for 3 Pagans on Tap. Thank you to our patrons.
Seriously, thank you.
I don't remember right now.
I've got it up.
Thank you.
At taster level, we have Melkor and Josie. At half pint, we have Emily Hall. And at full pint, we have Lauren Faithful and Ganessa. Thank y'all so much.
Yeah, thank you very much. That actually pays for the hosting of this stuff, which is surprisingly not cheap. But you all have covered it, and so we can now do these for a break even, which is nice.
Yeah,
minus the alcohol we buy, but
Someday they'll get to hopefully a point where the Patreon pays for the alcohol. They'll let you get a stipend.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Hey, share this show.
Yeah. Yep. Please share the show out to people. These stay up on YouTube and Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Let people know about us. We're new. This all started because of actually a Zoom call that we did.
Mm-hmm.
And people started calling us out because they were taking notes on what we all talked about. So we ended up doing this based on people saying it was something they were interested in. So there you go. Is there anything else you need to put up?
Just that you showing up to people's doorsteps is a surefire way to get orders.
No, there you go. Order in Michigan, I'll show up to your doorstep. Yes, Michigan is big. Amanda asked, is it Michigan big? Yes, but I drive all over.
Yep. Even up to the UP occasionally.
Yep, exactly. But not as big as driving back and forth when I lived in Florida. That was ridiculous. Anyway, thanks everybody for listening. I believe that's it for this, right?
Yep. That's
Join us in the Discord, and we will hang out with you. And yes, I will hang out the entire time.
Yep.
Thanks.
Everybody. Bye.
Yeah.